Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Data integration is one of the most common data preprocessing technique in which we uh, combine different data sets stored at different places. Similarly, sometimes you want to remove some rows or columns from the data sets that are not relevant to the data analysis task. So in this lecture, we will learn about the two pandas functions, concat and drops. Concat function is used to concatenate pandas objects such as data frame or series. Concatenation means linking together something in chain or series. So here, this example, concatenation row wise. This is the default setting. The concatenation take place row wise by default. So here we have two data frame, PDF1 and PDF2, and we are going to concatenate these two data frames. So this is the concatenated output, and with three columns. The first data set contains 4 rows and the second contains 5 rows. So in this way we can concatenate the data row wise. Similarly, if it is required to concatenate the data column wise, so we can change the value of axis to 1. So in this way it will concatenate the data frames column wise. The last rows in this concatenated axis shows the missing value, not a number, because there is no matching rows here in the data set in the first data frame PDF1. The other function is dropping rows and columns. Sometimes we want to drop some rows or columns from the data sets. So here in the first case, columns parameter is used to specify the columns to drop. So here we are going to drop the column C, and to index parameter is used to specify the row to be dropped. So similarly, we can use these two functions before data analysis. So let's say we start the practice of these two functions. So first of all, here we load the pandas and numpy library. This is our two data frames for practice. So let's say we print these data frames. So in the first data frames there are 4 rows and 3 columns, and the second there are 5 rows and 3 columns. Now to concatenate these two data frame, so let's say we start with the simple example, pd dot concat pandas data frame PDF1 and PDF2. So this is let's say we okay, concat PDs and PD2. So this is the concatenated output in which first data sets index number start from 0 to 3, and second data sets index number are 0 to 4, because there are 4. So by default concatenation take place row wise. So here there is no need to specify the x is equal to 0 for row wise. If you want to concatenate the data frames column wise, so we can change the axis to 1, so it will concatenate the data frames column wise. So the last rows in the data set 1, there are missing values because there are no matching rows in the first data sets. The other parameter is join. Join can take two values, outer and inner. Basically, join is used how to handle indexes on the other axis. Outer is for union and the other inner is for intersection. Default is outer, which preserve the data, like in the above case. It preserve the data. It also although there are 5 rows in the data set 2, but there is no matching row in the data set 1, still the data was preserved by the outer join. So if we change, for example, if we change this to outer is equal to, join is equal to inner, so it will remove this from the concatenated results. So now we have a 4 rows, because inner would eliminate data that does not have a match in the other data sets. So in this way, be careful to using the join inner or outer. Outer preserve the data, while the inner remove the data, eliminate the data that does not have a match in the other data sets. For example, there is no match for the data set 2 in the data set 1. The other is ignore index. If we, for example, concatenate the data row wise, so here every data sets preserve its index numbers. For example, the first data sets start from 0 to 3 and the second start from 0 to 4. If we want to generate a single index number combined for the entire concatenated data frame, so we can specify ignore index. By default it is false, so true. So it will ignore the index of every data set. It will regenerate from 0 to n minus 1. So in this way we can generate a index number for the entire concatenated output. The other parameter is keys. This is the next parameter, keys. Keys allows to construct a hierarchical index at the outermost level of the data. In this way, we can easily identify the data set. For example, the start of the data set and the end of the data set. So if we, for example, let's say this is the here we demonstrate this with this example. For example, so in this way we are creating two keys, set 1 and set 2, for the identification. So now we can easily identify the start and end of the both data sets. The other is level. Level actually a specific level to use for constructing a multi-index. Our data is not multi-index, so we are not using this at the moment. The other is names. The parameter names is used to label index key. We can label the index key. For example, we can label this. This is, for example, level 0 and this is the level 1. So we can label these indexing by using the this, for example, by using the name. Using the names parameter. So it will assign the label to the every sets. This is the first level and this is the second for keys. These level can be used in different pandas function which support the level parameter. For example, we can use this if we store this data into some, let's say, other object dd. So now we can use this, for example, dd dot mean to calculate the mean of level L0. So we can specify like this one. So it will calculate the arithmetic mean for set 1. This is a arithmetic mean of set 1, all the rows across the rows, and this is for set 2. Similarly, the other parameter is verify integrity. Verify integrity by default it is false. If it is true, then it will check whether the new concatenated access contains duplicates. So in this way, a result can be prevented from including duplicate index values. So let's say we use the following. Because there is actually a duplicate, if we concatenate this along columns, column wise, so there is actually duplication in the column names A, B, C and A. Now by default verify integrity is false. If we set this to true, verify integrity equal to true, then it will show the error. So in this way we can prevent the integrity duplication of the columns, and it will show the errors. Indexes have overlapping values. In the real life it is required, because in real life we need the column name must be unique. The last one is the sort. Sort is by default it is none. If it is true, then it means if data frame has a different columns or same column in different order, then sort parameter is used to align the data. It has no effect when join is inner. So in this way, for example, here we have a data frames of different order. There are two data frames, df1 and df2, in which the column there are out of order, their columns names. So if we run, so it will still display in the same order as B the first and A. So if we can use the sort parameter to align to sort these order of the columns in this way, so we can get this. The other function is drop. Drop basically is used to remove some columns, or rows from the data sets. For example, here we have a this is let's say we display the data df1. So this is our PDF, this is our data frame. Now to the first parameter is labels. Labels is index or column labels to drop. It can be a single label or a list like values. For example, we want to index row 1 from the above data frame. So we can write pdf1 dot drop labels is equal to let's say label is equal to for example 1 and axis is equal to 0, which is default one. So in this way we can drop the first rows. So here the row 1 has been dropped. If we want to drop some columns, so we can specify the column here in this place. For example, we are going to remove the column B, and so now change the axis. So it will drop the AC. There are other two parameter, index and columns, that are alternate to specifying axis. For example, in the above data, if we are using to we are going to drop the second row, so we can use the index instead of labels and axis. Index, there is no need to use the labels and axis. Index mean to drop from the rows. So in this case, for example, we are going to drop the second row. So it will drop the second rows. Similarly, for columns, just write columns and specify the column. You can also specify the list of the columns if you want to remove more than one columns. So this is in this case. In place basically is used to allow or disallow change of the original data frames. If it by default it is false, and it will return the copy of the original data frames, and if it is true, it will change in place. The last one is error. Error can take two values, raise and ignore. When it is raise, so you can it will raise the error. So to raise or suppress errors, you can use this errors parameter. For example, if it is ignore, so it will ignore the error and the existing label will be dropped. In this case, for example, we are going to drop the column B and C or D, for example, and we write errors. Errors is equal to error is equal to raise, so which is the default. So there is no need to mention it. raise. So it will raise the error because got an expected keyword argument. If we set this errors to ignore, so it will drop the existing column and it will ignore the non-existing column, that is D. So ignore. Columns is equal to this and pdf dot columns and error is equal to ignore. So columns this and this, okay, drop, let's say for example we are going to drop the column B. So we have AC. If we write column B and D, so it will raise the error because D does not exist, key error. The error is explained here, D not found in the access. Okay, so now columns and in this way errors is equal to ignore. So in this case the D was ignored and B was dropped. So similarly we can use the both function. We will meet in the next video. Thank you.